give me
sir.
the homework sum? No homework? Okay. Let's quickly do one sum like 192, 168, 00. Let's say 3 departments. We all know that 3 departments need 3 subnets. So the only octet that is left for you to do subnetting is the 4th octet. So I say 192.168.0.1234567 8. And we know that 2 to the power of 2 minus 1 gives 3. So if I want 3 subnets, I need to borrow 2 bits. So these are the 2 bits that we are going to take. When you have 2 bits taken, then the probabilities are 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. We don't take all ones. Okay, so now 192.168.0, you should not change this because it is masked by default 24. Now after subnetting, the new subnet mask is going to be /26. How can you write in the other way? You can say like this 255, 255, 255, 192. Either you can write this or you can write /26. And this is the first subnet /26. The second subnet will be 192.168.0. You see 10. When you say, sorry, 01. When you say 01, then this is 64. 64/26. And next is 10, which will be 192.168.0.128. Why 128? Because this is the bit on and this is off. So this place value is 128/26. I have also told you that write this one, though we are not going to use, write this so that you won't make mistake when you write the broadcast ID for the previous one. Don't use this. So the first IP address of this will be 192.168.0.1, and the broadcast is going to be 192.168.0.63. You see, the next network is 64. So 2 things you need to be aware of. One is the broadcast address, not always 255 in the end. See, it can be also like this. And then the network is not always 0. It can be even 64, 128. So there should not be an assumption that all the networks will be having 0 and then the all broadcasts will be having 255. That's an assumption. That's not correct. 62. And then the next network is going to be 192.168.0.65. You see, it's not always the first IP address 1. It can be even 65. This is the first IP address in this subnet. And can someone tell me the broadcast of this network? What happened? Exactly. That's the broadcast. And then the last is 192.168.0.126. Likewise, here it is 192.168.0.129. And then the broadcast is .191. Then the last is 190. Kindly copy this, and we're going to go to next level once you finish copying. Show a small trick to do the subnetting easier. You see, instead of writing these probabilities, what you can do is, you see, you have decided to borrow 2 bits. And these are the 2 bits. Tell me, what is the place value of this 64, right? You see, it's increment of 64. If you go back and see the previous day's subnetting, you will see the increment of the face value from where you have given for networking. For example, if you'd have given 3 bits, then it would have been an increment of 32. This is the bit from where you're given for networking. All right, I'll do one thing. I'm going to do the same problem that we did earlier, but by using shortcut. You see, earlier we said 10 network, 7 departments, so 7 subnets. For 7 subnets, we know that we need to borrow 3 bits. 2 to the power of 3 minus 1 is 7. 10, 1, 2, 3. These are the 3 bits. The other 5 bits, again, next octet and next octet. So all that I need to know is the face value of this place. If we know the face value of this place, then I'll say the first network is 10.0.0.0 slash 11 because 3 bits. 8 plus 3 is 11. The next is 10.32.0.0. Next is 10 dot increment of 32, 64.0.0. Till where? Till it reaches the sum of this. Sum of this is what? 128 plus 64 plus 32 is what? 224. Till you reach the 224, you need to keep incrementing. When do you get 224? When all the 3 bits are on. Do we use that? No. So you go up to there and stop. Look at this. I'm going to do it again. 10 dot, add another 32, you get 96 slash 11. 10 dot, add another 32, you get 128. And then 10 dot, 160. I just keep adding 32 bit. 10 dot 192.0.0. 10 dot 224.0.0. We don't use this. So till you reach that sum of those borrowed bit face value. And you see seven departments, you should have 7 subnets here, right? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shortcut way. You no need to write 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. That is for you to know how it actually works. But you no need to follow the actual one all the time. See, it is 3-bit, you can follow that, 2-bit, you can do that. But will you do it for 5 bits borrowed, 4 bits borrowed? Not possible. So learn the shortcut. Do you have question? Okay, if you don't have question, I'm going to give you problem. Problem is the same 10 network, 10.0.0.0. And now I'm going to give you the bits borrowed. The bits borrowed are 5 bits borrowed.
No, sir.
5 bits you have borrowed. How will you do subnetting? Let me do 1 and I'll give you another one. 10.12345 and 678 I don't want to use. And then now all that I need to know is the face value of this one. This is from the right. This is 4th bit, isn't it? 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. Am I right? Yes or no? Right. So we need to increment from here. 10.0.0.0, 10.8.0.0, 10 dot again another 8, so 16.0.0, 10 dot another 8, which will be 10.24.0.0. I do not want you to write all of them. You will have too many. You'll have too many. Write only the first 4
Yes, sir.
and the last 4. Right. How do you write last 4? 10 dot. When all these are 1, It is 120, 148. It's 148. Is it 148? No, 248. 248.0.0. We don't use this. When all the bits are 1, we don't use this. Okay, now from top when you come, you increment it by 8. Pup, 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 pup. So when you go from down to top, it should be decrement of 8. 10.240.0.0. This is the last network. The second last will be 10.232.0.0. 10.224.0.0. Am I right? Okay. And then 10.216.0.0. Okay, I got the last 4 and I got the first 4. All right. And you know how to write the first, last, and broadcast of each. And what will be the subnet mask for this? Earlier you have 8. Now you got 5. It
Yes, sir.
is 13 / 13 for all. Or you can also write 255.248.0.0. This is what /13 means. New subnet mask. Copy this. I'm going to give you one problem. What if instead of host, they give us the, sorry, instead of network, they give us the host. For example, in our office, every department has got at least, sorry, not at least, maximum of 55 hosts per department. Each department has got maximum of 55 computers. So you need 55 IP address in each department. You need 55 IP address for each department. And this is the network that you are supposed to use in your organization. In this case, how will you do subnetting? See, they are not telling you how many departments. They say in each department, 55 computers, 55 IP address. How are we going to do this? Let's see. Earlier, we were focusing on network. So we were borrowing from the left-hand side octets. Now we are focusing on host. You should focus on the right-hand side. If it is network, we used to borrow from here. Because it is host, we need to focus here. Let's see. 172.16. This is the default masked octet. And the available octets for our networking, subnetworking, is this 2 octet. Now just see how many you want for the host and keep it. Rest you give it. You see, what is the face value of this place? What is the place value of that place? What is the value in that place? Exactly, 32. And this is 64. You know, sum of all this will be 63. You don't need to add that. You see the next number. If next number is 64, then the sum of 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 will give you 63. Don't add it. Okay, so 55 hosts. Look at this.
32, sir.
I got 63. Definitely I'll get 55 plus IP address. I cannot take less than this. Why? Because I need 55. I cannot take less than this. If you take this number of bits, then the total IP address that you will get is only 31, because the next phase value is 32. So we need 6 bits out of 8 for the host. So we decide to give from here for network, and you know how to do now. You know how to do. The face value of this place is 64. So then you will say 172.16.0.0 slash 16 plus 8 plus 2, 26. Yeah, the default was 16, but now you have given another 10 bits. The next network will be 172.16.0.64 slash 26. Why 64? Because that's the bit from where you're giving for network. See the shortcut I taught you. This is the bit from where you're giving for network. The place value of that face is 64, so increment by 64. Now 172.16.0.128, isn't it? You need to increment by 64. Next, 172.16.0. Add another 64. What do you get? Is this correct? Okay. Now you got the first 4. What is the last 4? 172.16.255.192. You see? 2 bit here, so 192. All the bits here, so 255. Okay? And this one we do not use because all the bits are on. So keep it for the reference and keep decrementing by 64. 172.16.255. If you decrement 64
Yes,
from here, you will get 128. And then 172.16.255.64. And then 172.16.255.0. Did I make any mistake? I don't think so. Now, if you further decrement 64, what will happen, you know? 254.192. You see, if I add 64 to this, what will happen? 6, 256. Do you have 256? No, you have only 255. So the one gets carried here. That's how you got 255. You don't have 256, so you put 0 here and you carry 1 here. Okay, so this is how you can test. Okay, so that's it.
No,
Now
no.
let us check whether we'll be able to receive 55 IP address at least. You see, the first IP will be 172.16.0.1. What will be the broadcast? Answer. Please answer. Lost is 172.16.0.62. You see, you got 62 IP address. How many you need per department? 55. So you got another additional 7 bits, seven IP address. It's okay. In future, you may add few more computers. You no need to do again subnetting. 5, 6, 7 IP address extra is okay. Copy. So I'm going to give you similar one. You will do it. Okay, so here we go. 10.0.0.0 number of hosts
63.
per
172 row.
per
Lost is
department is
172.16.0.62. You see, you got 6.
28. Write first 4 and last 4. Do it now. This is the network and the default mask is this. And we do not know how many bits needed for 28. Let's calculate. Let's find it out. 10. Pum, 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 pum. These 8-bit. These 8-bit. These 8-bit are host bits. Now, how many we need out of this 20 for host bit? How many bits you need for 28 IP address per subnet? Then I need this many because the next face value here is 32. If I take all this, then I'll get 31 host, which includes the broadcast as well. So these are host. I'm going to give from here for the sake of subnetting. So 24, 25, 27 bits. 27 bits. 10.0.0.0/27. 10.0.0. You need to increment here because it's host. 32/24. 10.0.0.64/24. Sorry, not 24, 27. How 27? Earlier 8, another 8, another 8, plus 3, 27. 10.0.0.96/27. And then the last one, 10.255, 255, 224 we don't use. So decrement 32. 10.255, 255. If I decrement 32, I'll get 190. What do I get? 182. And then 10.255.255.160. 10.255.255.128. 10.255.255. What do I get? 160. 32. I need to subtract. If I subtract 32, 1 or 96. 96. So you got 4 last and 4 first. Let's see here. The first IP will be 10.0.0.1. The broadcast will be 10.0.0.31. And then the last IP will be 10.0.0.30. You see, 30 IP addresses you get. How many we need? In the question it was said you need 28. Okay, definitely. You got 2 IP addresses extra in each subnet. That's it. Correct yourself. Is this clear? And what about the last 4? Good. Now I'm going to give only one homework. Only one homework. But it will be a little bit
96. 96.
difficult. When you try, you will be able to do it. Give a try and come. 10,000. In each department, we need 300 IP. Right? As usual, first four, last four. We'll stop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got it. Right.